Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the SarahSpeaks Podcast, the podcast where we learn, where we grow, where we build, and where we succeed together. I am your host, Sarah Esangbedo Ajose Adiogun, and today's episode is one which I find very interesting, one which is very important, and it asks a question. What are you building? What are you leaving behind? It's a subject I want us all, as parents, as leaders, as entrepreneurs, as career people, wherever you stand on the spectrum, to really think about, because we are striving every day, we are building every day, we are trying to become every day. What are you leaving behind? Today, our topic is about leaving a generational inheritance, leaving behind a legacy. Many people spend their entire lives pursuing wealth. They work long hours, they build businesses. We're on the grind. Every day we are moving. We are trying to make things happen, not just for ourselves, for our children. We are acquiring properties. It's a race, the rat race, I call it, because there's no other name for it. You wake up in the morning, you are at it all day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 355 days a year. You are constantly working. There's no time for rest, no time for holidays. We take our laptops when we go on holidays because we can't allow the ball to drop. We make sacrifice so that our children can have a better life. There's one critical question we must ask ourselves. What exactly do you want to leave behind? Is it just money? Is money truly legacy? What are we building? Is it just cash we're accumulating in the bank? Or are we building genuine wealth? Genuine wealth encompasses character. It encompasses discipline, wisdom, value, resilience, a mindset that is required to sustain the financial pile, the financial wealth you are leaving behind. We need to build a legacy that can sustain, not just sustain, but enhance, build upon what we are leaving behind. Too many people, too many homes, too many parents, too many businesses, too many entrepreneurs, business owners fight all their lives to build. And when they are gone, there's nothing left behind. Even the cash is burned because they did not leave a legacy. That legacy is built in the people, in the humans that you are leaving behind. How are you building it up? Wealth without wisdom is a ticking time bomb. That's why today we have a high level of drug addiction, alcohol addiction in our youths, because we are not building the character. We are throwing money at our children without letting them know what we have gone through to build the wealth. I also say that there's too much easy wealth around, and it adds to the problem. Money without discipline becomes destruction. They use that money to destroy themselves. Alcohol, drugs, a lifestyle that takes them nowhere. How do you avoid it? You want to leave an inheritance for your children? Leave an inheritance that will not become a curse. There are some families, they've been in court for 40, 50 years, 60 years, trying to divide the wealth of their parents. There are families where siblings are not talking to each other. Generational enmity because of what parents left behind. We built our children to believe that what we are leaving behind is wealth, but we did not structure that wealth in such a way that it would engender love, unity in the children we left behind. And then see, those children have now become parents, grandparents. What are they teaching their children? That siblings are not supposed to be siblings. We are supposed to fight and die. Today, we are going to explore how not to just build wealth in terms of money and assets, but to build a legacy that will survive generations. Because truly, what the Bible tells us is to leave an inheritance for our children's children. Many people confuse wealth with legacy. Wealth are the things you can see, the assets you accumulated in your lifetime. How do you turn it into a legacy? Legacy is what remains after you are gone. Wealth can be counted in bank accounts. Legacy is measured in impact, is measured in values, is measured in character, is measured in influence and continuity. Can your children pass that wealth to the next generation? That's what legacy is all about. The scripture does not say a good man will leave an inheritance to his children. He says he will leave an inheritance to his children's children. That means he has built his children to be able to manage wealth and pass it on to the next generation. The question is, if your grandchildren mention your name 50 years from now, what are they going to remember of you? Is it that you left money in the bank, or that you left wealth and legacy? In developed countries, they are called trust fund babies. Trust fund babies. Their parents have so structured the legacy they are leaving behind that their children cannot be poor. They are born into wealth. It's a trust fund. You cannot mismanage it. It is a character. This is how we will live our lives. This is what we will do. This is how we will behave. That is what legacy is about. The Bible tells us that God said concerning Abraham, I trust that he would bring up his children after him to walk in my ways. Can we trust you to train your children? What will your grandchildren inherit? Is it a house? Is it a company? Is it a family reputation? Is it a culture of hard work and excellence? Is it a relationship and a walk with God? That in this family, we do not compromise our faith? Or is it a pile of money that they will discuss our grandfather or our grandmother? They were so rich, but our parents frittered the wealth away. That will be the conversation. We come from a family that had wealth in the past. If you do not put a structure in place, it's not my portion, does not work. And we need to know what is valuable that we are leaving behind, and how do we structure it in such a way that we are passing it on to the next generation in such a way that it has value. There is a popular quote often attributed to the ruler of Dubai that says that his grandfather rode a camel, his father rode a camel, he is driving a Mercedes Benz, his son is driving a Land Rover, his grandson is driving a Land Rover, but he expects that his great-grandson will ride a camel again. Why? The point is profound. The first generation struggles. The second generation builds. The third generation enjoys what has been built. The fourth generation, if not consciously done, will forget the struggles that brought them to where they are, that created the wealth that they are enjoying. They will then fritter it away. And then, when hardship, discipline and hunger has disappeared from the lineage, decline sets in. History has repeatedly taught us a lesson. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Hard times create strong men. The circle continues. One of the greatest mistakes we make as African parents is this saying that my children will not suffer what I suffered. And in saying that, we remove struggle from their lives. My children will not trek to school, it is forbidden. My children will not hawk on the streets. My children will not go to the markets. My children will not experience any form of discomfort. They will sleep in AC and sleep in comfortable bed. Very good aspirations, and we all aspire to give that to our children. But while these intentions come from love, if not well managed, it will have unintended consequences. Today, you have children who grow up in homes that they do not have any responsibility. You do not make your bed, you do not wash your plate, you don't even clear the table. You don't know how to cook, they don't enter the kitchen. I was talking to someone and they have a washing machine, but the children, somebody needs to clear after them and put in the washing machine. They don't even know how to take the clothes, pick up the clothes after themselves and load the washing machine. Someone has to do it. We remove adversity, responsibility, and accountability from the lives of our children. And then we want them to excel. And then we want them to succeed. And even for many parents in Nigeria today, even the schooling that they will even now say, okay, let them even go to school and go through the rigors of schooling. No. We pay for them to pass exam. And yet you say you want your children to succeed. How do they succeed when they do not build up the spine that is required for success? Resilience is key. The very strength that makes us to arise, that makes us to fight every day to be who we are, we take it away and we deny our children from building that strength and that resilience to become. Say, and the child is sickly, so the child, no, it doesn't need to. Life is not going to give them handouts. Let them know. That's why you see some children, they say, too many children are committing suicide. Because we taught them that everything should come easy. And when they hit one form of adversity or the other, they give up. No, life is not easy. That's why we talk about tough love. Your children need to know that love is tough. Yes, you have the money, but it doesn't mean that you give them everything that they want. They need to realize that life doesn't give handouts. There must be consequences for actions. I have all the money. Yes, you went to school, you didn't pass exam. You are not going for summer. Stay back home and reflect. And go for summer school and build up your skills so that next time you can do better. Why would you reward a child for not putting in effort? And then some will say, he's a child. It's a child, he will get better, he will learn. Better start learning now. You start learning from childhood. When your child is sucking your breast and the child clamps on your nipple and the pain is there, you stab the child to know that you don't do that. There are consequences when you bite me or when you hurt me. And it starts from there. You must train your child. The Bible is clear. It says, train a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. The Bible does not lie. We fought battles for our children to inherit comfort. We developed discipline. They need that discipline too. Yes, they inherit convenience, but they need discipline to succeed in life. Make sure your children are disciplined. Let them pick up after themselves. Let them arrange their room. Let them make their bed. Doesn't kill. You are training your maid to be useful in life, and then you are training your children to be useless. How? We learned patience, and we are teaching our children instant gratification. I went to Spar supermarket with my children when they were still younger. And a child came in with the parents, and the boy said he wanted chocolates. The mom said, no, you can't buy chocolates. This boy jumped up and fell on the ground, baby. There was rolling, screaming, shouting. Nothing the mom did not say. The child said they must have chocolates. Unfortunately, when the mother was unable to control the child, she bought the chocolates. Well done, ma. You love your son too much. Why would that child not throw a tantrum tomorrow when you tell them no? They know that when they throw a tantrum and they misbehave, they show the worst character that they have, that you will fall. You will fall. You will do what they want. And my son said to me, Mommy, his mom is very nice, so. His mom is very nice, so. I knew what he was saying. If you try that, you want chocolate, you can't even ask. A no is a no. And you teach your children from childhood, no is no and yes is yes. It doesn't change. Our values don't change. When we make a decision, link it back to the value driving that decision. You had chocolate earlier today, or you've had a drink earlier today, you can't have the chocolate again. Wait until next time. No, we are not buying it. And this is why we are not buying it. A child doesn't throw a tantrum because they want something and then you agree. That's not parenting. If we could learn to wait, let's teach our children to wait. There's nothing like instant gratification. I read about a child that did so well, always top of his class valedictorian, great job, everything going well. And suddenly things flipped and he was released from his job. He couldn't cope. He committed suicide because of one adversity. He was never taught that at times great things happen in the place of waiting. And the Bible is clear. It said, they that wait upon the Lord, he will renew their strength. The fact that you are waiting does not mean that you are idle. You are doing other things. You are exploring other possibilities. You are waiting upon the Lord. You are waiting for that breakthrough. You are waiting for that testimony. But you are not resting on your oars. Because it is in the place of striving and trying that God will bet your breakthrough. That is, in your trying, God will renew your strength. You will learn something new. You will do something new. That's what that scripture means. Imagine a farmer spends years cultivating fertile land. He plants trees, he protects the crops. He builds irrigation systems, and then he hands it over to his children, who he never taught to farm, who he never took to that farm, who he never taught the tenets of farming, and what he does to make that farm continue to be productive. What will then happen? Within a few years, the land becomes barren because the children have left to take from the land. They did not learn the hard work and what it takes to make that land continue to give. The land was not bad, not at all. But the process of inheritance was insufficient. And that is because the knowledge was never transferred. And if you find out, there was a committed worker that worked with that farmer and learned from him and went somewhere else and reenacted what he learned, and he will be successful. Look at all the successful people we have today. We never knew their fathers. Who is Tony Elumelu's father? Who is Aliko Dangote's father? We know of his uncle, but we don't know who his father was. We don't know Ige Mokwede's father. Because of the difficulty they passed through, they are who they are today. When I was young, there were people we used to hear about. Yes, we still remember their names. But what are their children doing today with all the opportunities that their parents made available to them? And that is the $1 million question. Someone was asking me a few weeks back that where are Abiola's children? Your guess is as good as mine. They might be doing well, but based on the legacy their father left behind, we expect that they would have been doing better than they are today. I was told a story on Sunday about a man in Aja who had agbalumo trees in his compound. Agbalumo is the African cherry, star cherry. And it was so nice, so sumptuous and so good. People used to go from all over Lagos to Aja to buy from his trees. People knew about the sweetness of that cherry. And then the man died without realizing the value that he had in those trees. And suddenly, his family started fighting over agbalumo. They decided, oh, we won't sell it this year, next year, oh, because he did not leave a succession plan. Do you know that those trees were cut off by his wife? When she saw that it was causing problem amongst her children, she cut the trees down, and nobody else had access to those agbaluma. No matter what it is, no matter what you think you are leaving behind, if it has value, protect it, so that the legacy will have an impact on those that are coming behind you. You must write a will. You must set up a trust if you have a big thing you are leaving behind. And much more than that, you must train your heirs to be able to administer and do right by your hard work. We have a sobering example in the Bible with Ella and his sons. He trained Samuel that became a great prophet, but he failed to train his own children. Samuel, a boy that was brought into his household, took over from him, not his sons, who he birthed from his own loins, because he failed to train them. He failed in correction. He failed in training. He was a great prophet, but he failed at home. Ministers of God, train your children. Don't be so busy in church that you fail to raise your children in the way of the Lord. Leadership is not transferred through bloodline alone. If you do not train your children well, they will fail at leadership, no matter how great a leader you are. Legacy is transferred through training, through discipline, and through intentional mentorship. You must talk to your children. I hear too many people say the children of this generation, hey, these children, they are still your children. What you sowed is what you will reap. I have said it before. The Bible in Proverbs 22 tells us, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The Bible says train. It did not say spoil. Let's not miss it. Train, not entertain. Train, not merely provide. It's our responsibility to provide. It's your responsibility to train. Training requires effort. Training requires consistency. Your yes is your yes, your no is your no. Based on values, based on principles, and they will know it. Training requires correction. When the child is going wrong, correct the child. Don't say, I love the child too much, I cannot correct the child. That is not love, that is hatred. You actually hate the child because you want the child to be useless. If you love your child, you will train your child. Training might be hard for now, but it bets a future and a reward that is unquantifiable. Training requires modeling. It's not do what I say. Children do not follow do what I say. They look at you and they follow you to do what you do. So when you are a father and you say, no, I'm telling them the right thing, and you are all over camp doing all sorts of rubbish, they will follow your footsteps and they will multiply it for you. If you are a mother and you are doing all sorts of rubbish, they will multiply it for you. Is do what I do. Model the right behaviors for your children. Children don't become disciplined because we lecture them. They become disciplined because they learn discipline from you. They do not learn integrity because we preach integrity. All of us that are thinking that when we finish stealing all the money we have in Nigeria, then we'll now begin to tell our children how to behave. No, they will multiply it for you. Our children are studying us every day. We are a textbook for them. Our spending habits, our work ethics, the way we treat people, our relationship with God, our response in times of adversity, our choices are their curriculum. So ask yourself, what am I choosing today? What am I teaching my children to choose? When buying the latest Asoebi is your profession and you are borrowing money to live a life, false life, and impress people that don't even care about you, just know that you are teaching your children how to live a life of penury because they will multiply it for you. Let me just ask some difficult questions right now. Are your children seeing hard work? You're at home, morning till night, you are not doing anything. Or are they seeing entitlement? This your uncle is a foolish man, it's his wife, it's my brother, they didn't do this, they don't do. Are they seeing entitlement? Or are they seeing you say, I will try, I will try. The people that are making money, they don't have two heads. I can do it. What are you modeling? What are you modeling? Are they seeing sacrifice or are they seeing excess? Yafu. Are they seeing gratitude or constant complaints? Someone sends you 50,000 out of the goodness of their hearts. And when they leave, you curse the person out. It's only 50,000 they can give me upon everything that they have. What stopped you from having your own? Is your hand paining you or your leg paining you or your brain is not working? Do your children know how money is earned? Do they understand the concept of delayed gratification? Your child graduates from school and starts working. Do you tell them how to support the family? How to contribute to their own well-being? I see many parents, their children have graduated, the children are working, and they are still struggling to work so that they can support the child. The salary is not enough. Your child is earning 300,000, 200,000. The salary is not enough. What? Even if they are earning 100,000, 150,000, they should work, they should live within their means. Teach them. Why are you still supporting a child that is working? Can your children solve problems? Have you taught them to think outside the box? To be innovative, to be solution driven? And do they take responsibility? Can they hear the word no and accept it? Many children today, many young adults, they fall apart when you tell them no, because they have never been taught that no is actually a word that you can hear. If they've not learned all of these things, then wealth becomes their greatest enemy, not an asset. A child who inherits wealth without wisdom becomes a victim of the very inheritance that was meant to bless him in the first place. There's a popular saying these days, a phrase, soft life. I want to live the soft life. Everyone wants the soft life, but there's a truth we must all hear. Soft life is earned through hard work, through soft work. So if you want the soft life, put in the hard work to earn the soft life. Every luxury we admire today was built on somebody else's discipline. Every successful business was built upon sacrifice. Every enduring family legacy was built with intentional effort. The problem we have today, social media shows us the reward. They do not show us the effort and hard work that went and discipline that went into building it. Social media does not show the process. It shows the final result. And then we all want the final result, forgetting that there's a process to get there. We see the mansions, not the sleepless nights, not the hard work, not the sacrifices. Many people that are successful today, ask them. They did not live a life of Owambe and Asoebi. They lived a life of sacrifice, knowing what to spend on, investing in the business, and sacrificing personal comfort because they know that when that business grows, I will get the outcomes that I want. I've heard this story told several times about two very popular Nigerians who had 10 million naira apiece in their accounts in the 80s. One decided to build a massive mansion while the others decided to invest in a business, in the bank. The one that invested in the bank, today, that bank has several branches and he's a billionaire in dollars. The one that built a mansion, I don't think that mansion is worth 100 million today. Nobody will buy it for 100 million. It was about making the sacrifice that will deliver the future. And we must learn from that story. If you want to leave a legacy, you need to leave behind something more than money, more than gold, more than riches. You need faith in God. You need character. You need work ethic. You need discipline. You need financial literacy. You need resilience, service, and you need to leave behind a reputation that opens doors and not closes it. These assets outlive cash. Money can disappear, but character compounds. Integrity appreciates. Wisdom multiplies and faith sustains. If you want to build generational wealth God's ways, I'll just give you these 5 nuggets that you can use. 1, you must transfer values before valuables. Character first, assets second. Character first, assets second. Values before valuables. 2, you must teach stewardship. Children must learn that money is a tool, not an identity. Too often, we make that money their identity. And then when there's no money, they don't know who they are anymore. 3, let them work. Don't rescue them from every challenge. Struggle is often a classroom. Let them think through challenges themselves and come up with solutions. It builds resilience, it builds character, and it helps them build mental capacity. Don't solve every problem for your children. Number 4, model what you teach. Your life is louder than your words. Let them see you live what you teach them. And number 5, anchor everything on God. For me, that is non-negotiable. God is our anchor because He's the only one that knows tomorrow. And when you lean on God, you find out that everything else becomes easy peasy. I want to leave you with this question. When future generations call your name, what story will they tell? What comes to mind? What is the impact? What is the legacy? What do you want to leave behind? Today, it's never too late to start living the life that will deliver the legacy you want to be remembered for. The greatest inheritance we need to understand and remember is not what you leave for your children. The greatest inheritance is what you leave in them. So this rat race we are running in Nigeria, where people do all sorts of criminality, corruption, because they want to leave money behind for their children. Teach your children to make money. You don't need to steal to keep for them. The greatest inheritance is what you leave in your children. Build wealth. In me, I'm building wealth. And like I say, we all will succeed together. But more than wealth, build character, build businesses, build values, build assets, build people who can sustain what you are leaving behind. Because at the end of the day, true legacy is not measured in what you accumulate. It's measured by what survives you. And like the Bible says, it is not measured because you passed an inheritance to your children. True legacy is measured when the second and the third generation and the fourth and the fifth generation remember that we are who we are today because we had a forebear who left a legacy behind. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Sarah Speaks Podcast. If this episode blessed you, please share it. Share it with a friend, share it with a parent, share it with an entrepreneur, share it with somebody who is working hard to build a legacy, but is forgetting that legacy is not built in riches. It is built in children. Leave more than money. Leave wisdom. Leave character. Leave reputation. Leave resilience. Leave discipline. Leave a legacy that generations can build upon. When they call your name, what comes to the mind of the people that have survived you. I am Sarah. And until next time on the Sarah Speaks Podcast, keep leading, keep learning, and keep building a legacy that will pass not just to the next generation, but to the generations yet unborn. Thank you.